As you very well know, the electrification of the automobile is inevitable. All OEMs have accepted the fact that we have to move away from internal combustion engines. That's why my buddy and I today are doing electric things. We have a 2021 Volkswagen ID.4, and the subject of this week's review, a 2023 Genesis GV60 Performance. We have been charging both vehicles, and the good news for ID.4 owners, we actually peaked at 125 kilowatts almost instantly when we started charging it earlier. So good thumbs up for you guys. Unfortunately for GV60, as you can see, this is a 350 kilowatt charging station, which we just discovered that when two vehicles are plugged in, the kilowattage is split in half. So earlier when I charged the GV60, which is talking to me now because it's bored, because it's not charging at the moment, this is just for show, it peaked almost immediately at 174 kilowatts, and I was very disappointed. But the ID.4 was charged as well. And out of nowhere, an Ioniq 5 showed up with the same EGMP platform, and it peaked at 244 almost instantly. So to believe that this can charge at up to 300 plus kilowatts, I certainly believe. Now that concludes the charging portion of, well, actually no, I'll probably mention it again while I'm driving it. But in the following video, we're going to do the usual walk around of this seriously unobtainium 2023 GV60 and point out a few things about the design that are just mind-blowing, both inside and out. And then we're going to, well, I won't, but light up all four tires, because this thing, did I mention it was a performance? Which means it has a boost mode. That's right. Anyway, please stick around. Here we go. Yeah, when it comes to styling, there really isn't a bad angle to the new GV60. I mean, the front end is so clean and tidy, and because of this you me white color, yeah, you me, it's cool. It kind of looks, oh, I know it's so cliche to say, but it's so very Stormtrooper in ways, mostly because of the black grille and the blacked out interior lights. And I like that the logo is kind of small, you know, versus all the space they could use. Stupid detail, apologies. Okay, as I walk around, I'll give you the pricing. In the US, the base Advance is $58,890, whereas in Canada, it's $71 large even. When you step up to the Performance, which is the vehicle you can see right now on your screen, you're looking at $67,890 US or 79,000 Canadian. Now, look, I don't know. What do we do? Would we point out a few things about the details? Okay, from the rear, it's so cool and squat, but kind of plain at the same time, which is a beautiful decision made by designers. But there's so much more going on here. Never mind down here, whatever that is. Just the back hatch. There are no visible pillars. They're integrated and hidden by the black tinted glass. I think that is just absolutely fantastic. It looks so premium. I mean, you could charge $25,000 more for this vehicle just because of that. And the spoiler. Also, because it's black, it blends in with its surroundings so nicely. And then there's this character line. Look at that. Why Genesis? Why Genesis? And then the real answer to that is, why not? Right? Why not? And it goes all around. It's just absolutely stunning. Find a bad angle on this compact electric premium SUV. Write a comment, all 7 of you that are going to watch this video, and tell me that I'm wrong when I say this is so far the most attractive compact electric premium SUV. In fact, quite possibly the most attractive electric SUV your money can buy right now. Okay, so now a few details. The base Advanced includes 20-inch wheels, twin 12.3-inch displays, heated steering wheel, heads-up display, heated front and rear seats, Nappa leather, cooled front seats, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, which is not available wireless. And as far as I'm concerned, it's so not a problem, because I've experienced issues with wireless Apple CarPlay in every vehicle. Look, I get to drive cars from all brands, or nearly, and 4 out of 5 of them fail at some point. This will never fail. Okay, now when you step up to the Performance of this model, you get a Bang & Olufsen audio system, these 21-inch wheels, which are fantastic. 18-way power seats in the front for the driver, I should specify, versus a 12-way and the other one. Plus electronically controlled suspension, which I'll mention again very shortly, an electronic limited slip differential, and so on and so forth. I mean, again, this thing is just, it's stunning. Oh, there's the ID4 coming in for, it just wants to be part of the action. Poor little thing, poor little guy. Okay, the power hatch is standard, and it reveals, according to Genesis, rise, my friend. Decent speed, can't complain. 680 liters of trunk space. I don't see it. I mean, there isn't any real storage to speak of under here. It's not entirely that wide. This is a small SUV. It's a very usable trunk, but it's not 680 liters. I will admit that I have the seat backs reclined back a little bit for the kids' seat, but it's not 680 liters. So let's not use that as a metric. Okay, normally I complain about this on the EV6. The door handles are a pain in the butt, but I don't know why this happened at this point, but these are power operated, so they actually pop out, and there's a way to have them pop out when you walk up close to it, so it welcomes you. That's a big advantage. Where do I begin? Oh, let's just keep going. The interior, I mean, you can't really see anything in the back because of the baby seat, but there's a generous amount of room. This is based on that for an average sized adult like me, almost 5'9", almost 5'10". Yeah, come on, I need every inch. You know, it's beautiful, and look at that quilted Napa leather. It's just fabulous. Here you have power passenger front seats that can be accessed by the driver, or even a rear seat passenger, which is very cool. Now, what Genesis does well, Genesis does a lot of things well, but it's the details and the design, okay? There's no reason, oh, I didn't show you. I think, okay, apologies, squirrel, as I always do. Okay, this is gonna be a terrible video, but it's okay. The suede in the doors, it's beautiful. The handle, it's the length, essentially the length. See, you can squeeze, yeah, sure, the kids will drop all kinds of Cheerios and stuff in there, but this is an adult vehicle, so maybe they'll keep it clean. It's just beautiful, the fit, the finish, the materials, and oh, look. Sunshades, which is fantastic. This is what I want to show you. There is suede all the way into the trunk. Just saying. Just saying. Okay, so let's move to the front now, because there's so much more to say. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. This is for your power mirrors. It looks like a joystick. You grab the handle, right? This is to power fold them. You select which mirror you want to work by working the wheel, and then it's just the arrows. It's I'm almost speechless. I mean, just the way that this handle kind of pops out of the surrounding trim. It's magnificent. Speaking of magnificent, these seats are unbelievable. I mean, it's power adjustable. The lower seat cushion can actually extend. It's hugging mechanisms. I mean, the bolsters are massive, and yeah, sustainable leather, Napa leather. Okay, let's just get. Okay, so we're gonna zoom out for the interior. Okay, I'm gonna start it up. There are a few little stupidities. This is a Genesis. You shouldn't have to start it up. It should recognize you like a Tesla and greet you the moment you sit in the vehicle. Oh shoot, by doing that, I missed this. That's the, I don't know, what is this? This is a centerpiece of the interior. How often, how long will it work? I don't know. It's cool. It'll end up in all the Genesis products, definitely, but yeah. Drive, it bounces back to neutral. Reverse, it bounces back to neutral. This is how a wheel is supposed to work if people are going to insist on wheels. Okay, so here's your 12.3-inch display. The funny thing is that however cool this is, it's become very common because you get the same thing in an EV6 or an Ioniq 5. But even so, I mean, the menus in this thing are just exceptional. Generally, yeah. I mean, it's superb. It's some of the greatest, most beautiful layouts ever. There are almost too many ways to set this car up. Oh, yes, I'm an old man. What are you gonna do? But still, I'm trying to work it through my phone is even more complicated. Anyway, it's all there. It all works really, really well. The funny contrasting thing is these buttons. I love them, but the font is old school Genesis specifically. I don't know why that hasn't evolved, but it doesn't really matter. Look, toggles for temp, volume knob, tuning. you know, general buttons to take you where you need to go. Same with here, combined with this superb touch screen. And you also have this wheel to select your menus. It's just incredible. I mean, the storage down there is fabulous. This is completely open. Storage in here is very, well, decent, generous. Look at those door cards. Look how beefy that part is. It's almost unnecessarily overbuilt. I hope the product lasts and seems or lives up to the overbuilt feeling. Visibility is generally good. You actually sit fairly high in here, even in the lowest position. So this can become a little bit of an issue when you do the 90-degree left-hand turn. Visually in here, the only thing that's kind of off is the steering wheel. Look at how massive the spokes are. I mean, this is stupid, Genesis. What the hell? Why do the buttons need to be this big anyway? I have average sized hands. You know, they're not massive. But I can't, there's no way, you know, there's just no way. I love the 2-spoke layouts, but this is dumb. This needs to be revised. That's the magic button, the boost button. Here are your drive modes, just so you know. And that's basically it. Now it's time to go for a drive. Okay, I should be eking my way out of traffic real soon, so it's a good time to talk about driving the GV60. I mean, basically it's a combination of, you know, some really, really strong highs and a couple of minor lows. You know, it's kind of a mixed bag. One thing, and reminded as I'm driving through some heavy traffic, which is lightening up right now, it's a one-pedal drive, and it's only really an issue because I've recently driven the EV6 and I had the Ioniq 5 and, you know, a bunch of other EVs. In a nutshell, I wish it was stronger and sustained longer. As I'm, you know, inching forward, I release the throttle to come to a full stop. But no matter what, it always feels as though just once I reach, you know, 2 kilometers an hour, it releases slowly. It's probably for refinement purposes, I don't know, but say compared to the EV6, it seems more aggressive and sustained longer, and I've done better. I'm just out of one-pedal one-pedal driving. Yeah, so it seems to be sustained and stronger in the EV6, and I much prefer that. And yeah, that basically there's no mixed bag really. It's just, this thing is exceptional. And as I'm going to go to level 1 braking, so like the EV6 and the Ioniq 5, there are 5 regen brake modes. So 1 pedal, 1, 2, 3, and then 0 for full coasting. Just as a matter of whatever information, I like to leave it in 1 when I'm in traffic like this, just regular flowing traffic, just so I get some engine braking, which seems so much more natural and normal. If I'm driving way out there and there's no traffic around, I will go into 0 to fully coast. Now, the GV60 is a dual motor standard. So the base model, the dual motor, has 314 horsepower, 446 pound-feet of torque, which I suspect makes for a very, very quick SUV, electric SUV. Now, that's for the advanced. When you step into the performance, you get a more powerful front engine, which produces 429 combined system, 429 horsepower, but the same torque, 446, which makes for considerably quick electric SUV. But as I showed you, there's this boost mode button, and what it does is unleashes a grand total of 483 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque for all of 10 seconds at a time. And the cool thing is that you can use it in any drive mode, so eco, comfort, and sport. I mean, I'm doing most of my driving in comfort, so I'm gonna come up real fast, but you know, I'm gonna do it. And there we go. And then the needle just goes way off the mark. Traffic comes up real fast and illegal speeds are indicated on the HUD. Anyhow, that is definitely an absolute highlight, but there are more. The extra power allows this thing, with the boost mode and all that, to launch to 60 miles per hour in 3.7, 3.8 seconds, give or take, which means it's a 4-second flat-ish 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, which makes it essentially the second quick. I mean, it's much quicker than the XC40, and then the C40, obviously, the Polestar 2, and quicker than the Q4. And I think only the Model Y Performance is faster by a couple of tenths of a second. So essentially, in that race, Genesis has performance enthusiasts, or at least speed enthusiasts, covered. What else? Oh yeah, so when you do get into the performance, also, you get the road reading, road previewing, adaptable dampers and suspension, which I have to say is another one of this SUV's major highlights. I mean, no matter if I'm on the highway or in the city, whatever I'm doing, the quality and the comfort, or the handling, all of the above, provided by the suspension, by the dampers, is spot on. And the comfort levels are not affected, despite the 21-inch wheels on a relatively small SUV. It's superb. It's fantastic. For that reason and the power alone, which are essentially the reason why it's about $8,000 more than the base Advanced, I mean, it's definitely worth it, in my opinion. Brakes themselves feel fine. I have had to dive deep into them on a few occasions as I'm trying to one-pedal drive. Steering, as always, is just, you know, it's connected to the front wheels. It feels actually almost, no, it doesn't feel natural at all, but it's good. I mean, in sport, everything tightens up. Let's just go to sport, you know, so the assistant, it gets really heavy. There's still a little bit of on-center play, but nothing terrible. I'm going to go back to normal before I do something stupid. What else can I tell you about this? Oh, yeah. So, the final issue, why pedal drive, something you get used to. It's not really an issue, but the final issue is range. So when you do get into the performance, your 77.4 kilowatt hour battery can only provide you, on paper, estimated range of 378 kilometers, or 21 kilometers less than the 399 provided with the Advanced. I mean, the preferred performance weighs, I think, about 125-ish pounds more. This is a 4,900 pound SUV, about 125 pounds more than the Advanced with the extra power and sort of. But in the real world, you know, compared to just the reviewed EV6, that is $25,000 cheaper. It's about, I don't know, 20, almost 70 kilometers less. It's there's a rattling that you hear. It's the combination of my water bottle and my tripod, which I left. Stupidly did not store it in the back. But look, other than that, I mean, you plug it in just more often, you're all set. This thing will charge real fast, like in 350 kilowatts, under 18 minutes. Overall, it's impressive, and the refinement level is leaps and bounds ahead of Tesla. It's ahead of Volvo. It's ahead of Polestar. It's ahead of Audi. It's almost missed my exit. It's stupendous. I mean, and one thing that, you know, the whole environment in which I'm in the performance might have to do with the rear glass is also acoustic, as on top of the front and the windshield that you get as standard in the Advanced. So maybe that's so annoying. So maybe that has something to do with it too. But the bottom line is, this thing is exceptional. I'm a big fan, one of the rare fans, I suppose, of the XC40 Recharge. It would be a little bit of a toss-up between the two, ahead of a Model Y, all day, every day, any time of day. The Volvo is nice. I like the Polestar 2, the Q4. I've not driven, but I don't know. It seems like a half-arsed effort on behalf of Audi, Volkswagen. But anyhow, look, the bottom line is that for $79,000, with the exception of range, this thing is spectacular. Design, technology, comfort. It just, look at that. That was great. It was fantastic. I truly, really like this. I mean, I'd say compared to an I-Pace, because JL, there's just blows it out of the water in every possible considerable metric measure, whatever. This thing is fabulous. Great, great electric premium SUV for the price. And that's really the killer, the value. And that's it, I'm done out.